Welcome to this e-module. I am Ms. Emma Fernandez, Assistant Professor in Botany from Dempe College of Arts and Science. This program is designed for the students of Bachelor of Science first year in the subject of Botany, Semester 2, Course Code BOG 102. Title of this course is Coastal Mangrove Ecology. The title of this unit is Biology of Mangroves, module name Temporal and Regional Variations in Relation to Morphology. In this module, we shall learn morphological adaptations such as root structure of mangroves, canopy structure, leaf structures of mangroves, flowers, fruits, and seed germination. At the end of this module, the student will list various morphological adaptations in mangroves and give examples of mangroves representing the morphological adaptations. The mangrove environment is indeed a harsh one due to the combination of periodic fluctuations and extremes in physicochemical conditions. Despite of this harshness, however, the flora has successfully occupied this niche. It is because of the development of numerous adaptations such as morphological, reproductive, physiological, which has helped this ecosystem to overcome severity, dynamic environment of low oxygen soils and varying salinity. The adaptations of mangrove species have generally been identified simply by comparing the characteristics of mangroves with those species from non-mangrove environments. In this module, we are going to learn about morphological adaptations, and these adaptations are found in different parts of the mangrove plant, such as root, canopy, leaf, flowers, fruits, and seed germination. First, we shall see root structures of mangroves. There are various forms of root structures which are found in mangroves. First one, pneumatophores. They are well known as the breathing roots, which help the mangroves to adapt in silt-up compacted anaerobic soil substrates. They also absorb nutrients from the tidal water. Pneumatophores are negatively geotrophic, which means they grow away from the force of gravity, and they are normally unbranched. But at the time of injury at the apical tip of the pneumatophore, they can be branched. These are the pictures of pneumatophores seen in Avicennia and Soneraceae. Next root structure is knee roots. Knee roots are modified form of horizontal cable roots in upward directions. Knee roots perform respiratory function effectively in compacted soils. Here in this picture, you can see the knee roots are bent in shape. The examples in which these knee roots are seen are Brugueria, Cereops, and Lumnizera. Next, we have stilt roots. Stilt roots are developed from the trunk bases or lower horizontal branches and may attain a height of 5 meters or more. Stilt roots are most dominant character formation of the family Rhizophораceae, the genus Rhizophora in particular. Here we can see the prop roots or the stilt roots are coming out from the base of the trunk. Next, we have root buttresses. Initially, the formation of root buttresses are similar to that of stilt roots, but later Flattening and expanding of these root buttresses are fused to the trunk base with horizontal roots, and it looks like a flat blade, which you can see here in the picture. The plants in which such roots exist are Heritiera and Xylocarpus. Let us learn about the canopy structure in mangroves. The crown formation of different mangrove trees vary largely, and it is mainly determined by the denseness of the mangrove forest. In certain species like Cereops tegal, Candelia candle, Brugueria gymnorrhiza, Rhizophora mucronata form the conical pyramidal crown, as you can see here in the picture. But certain species like Lumnitzer racemosa, Scyphiphora hydrophyllaceae, Cereops descendra form a globose type of a crown. Rest of the species are tall trees with diffused wide spreading branches such as Avicennia, Soneraceae, Xylocarpus and Heritiera. Now let us learn about leaf structures in mangroves. Normally, the mangrove leaves are broad, lanceolate or ovoid with a thick texture, dark green in color, glossy and mostly dorsiventral, which means there are two distinct surfaces of the leaf, and occasionally some leaves are isobilateral, which means there is no distinct leaf surfaces. These mangrove leaves have cuticle with waxy coat on the surfaces. The leaves of Rhizophora and Brugueria are broad, elongated with acute or mucronate apex, which ranges from 12 to 15 cm long and 7.5 to 8.5 cm broad. Here in the picture you can see the mucron at the tip of the leaf. Leaves of Cereops are oblong with obtuse apex. The apex is obtuse and up to 10 cm long and 7 cm broad, and very thick texture. Also in Soneraceae griffithii and Soneraceae caseolaris, they have oblong leaves and obtuse apex. The leaves of Soneraceae apitala, Avicennia alba and Heritiera formis are elongate, lanceolate, which means a lens-like structure, and they have an acute apex, as you all can see in these three diagrams. The leaves of Xylocarpus are pinnately compound, and the pinnae are lanceolate or slightly oblong with obtuse or slightly acute apex. The leaves of Aegicerus corniculatum and Lumnitzer racemosa are ovoid with short petiole and obtuse apex. Now let us learn about the flowers, fruits and seed germination in mangroves. The flower petals of Brugueria are less frequent and remain attached in the flowers for shorter period. However, calyx remain attached with the hypocotyle seedlings for longer period. It is reddish, persistent, toothed and campanulate, which you can see in this picture. This is the calyx and here is the hypocotyle. Flowers of Rhizophora are comparatively smaller in size. They have a persistent pale colored calyx which remains attached with the fruits till the hypocotyl get detached from the fruit. This is the picture of the flower of Rhizophora, and this is the seedling. The flowers of Cereops normally cluster in the stem and are small in size, while the petiole and persistent calyx remain attached till the seedling hypocotyls get detached from the fruit. These are the pictures. Candelia candle has slender, more delicate white flowers with greenish persistent calyx, as you can see here. Flowers of Sonoracia caesualaris are short-lived with pinkish petals and fruit as globose in shape with sharp teeth, as you can see here. Persistent green fleshy calyx without any viviparous or cryptoviviparous germination mechanism. Flowers of Avicennia are small, yellow with short-leaved bloom, and they bloom particularly prior to the monsoon months. Here we have a picture of conical fruits of Avicennia alba, and ovoid fruits of Avicennia marina and Avicennia officinalis, which have a prominent cotyledons and cryptoviviparous seedling germination. Cryptoviviparous seedling germination means the embryo sac breaks open the seed coat without breaking or splitting the fruit wall. These are my references. Thank you.